Get your hands up! Now! Open that door, step out with your hands up!
Don't shoot myself.
Do you have any credentials?
Yeah, but I don't want to put that on.
Evil exists in every profession, but when it's found within the police force, the consequences can be far more severe. Fortunately, their wrongdoings were well documented. But the real question is, was justice truly served? Let's dive into our first case, which we've dubbed the double stop. Picture this. It's June 2nd, 2023, and a young Jason McGee is driving his mom's car, not knowing his day is about to spiral into a nightmare. He becomes the target of not one, but two unfair police stops. First up, we have Lieutenant Drew Edwards, who pulls Jason over, claiming the car's tags show no insurance. Jason, being the responsible citizen he is, promptly presents valid proof of insurance from Priority Insurance. But Edwards isn't having it.
Hey, stop because it's not showing that you have insurance on the vehicle. Do you have insurance? Can you show it to me? Who do you have insurance through, Miss McGee? Priority Insurance? Okay, I'm showing one that shows an effective date, but it's not showing an expiration date.
Instead of letting Jason go, he scrutinizes every inch of that document. After what must have felt like an eternity to Jason, Edwards finally lets him go. But here's the kicker. Edwards issues a warning for something Jason didn't even do. He tells Jason not to drive without a licensed adult, completely ignoring the fact that Jason had already proven he was legally allowed to be on the road.
Let me see that piece of paper. Let me see that piece of paper right there. The one underneath it. Hey, Miss McGee, can you hear me? Do you have it on your phone by chance? Okay, all right, that's fine. Okay. Well, I see an effective date of March of 08, so that typically means that you're gonna. It's gonna have insurance. So my next issue is he's supposed to have a licensed adult with him until next month. Where do you live at? Okay, just make sure you get home, all right, and don't drive without another licensed adult. Okay. All right, brother. I don't want you to get a ticket for no reason. All right.
Jason's troubles were far from over. His ordeal was just beginning. As he continued his journey, another officer decided to harass him. Still shaken from his first encounter, Jason made a choice that would escalate the situation even more. He drove a bit further and stopped at his family's church, where his mother was.
We're turning onto Hills Road. We're slow rolling on Hills Road now, going back towards the access road. Pulling into Brushy Island Family Life Center. Get your hands up! Now!
Imagine being in Jason's shoes. You've already been stopped once for no good reason. You're young, black, and scared. Wouldn't you want to stop somewhere safe with people who can vouch for you? Seems like a sensible decision, right? But Jason's perfectly rational choice sent the officers into a frenzy. They approached his car with guns drawn, shouting threatening commands.
Get your hands up! Now! Open that door, step out with your hands up! Open the door!
Come open it, please.
Reach out and open the door!
Come open.
Reach out and open the door! There you go. Step out, just keep your hands up, that's all you gotta do, okay?
Unbuckle it, please.
Unbuckle the seatbelt. Just hang on a second, stay back over there! Stay back over there!
Come unbuckle it, please.
No, just reach in there and unbuckle it.
Unbuckle your seat.
Unbuckle your seatbelt, step out.
You sure?
You have
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No way.
Nobody's going to shoot anybody. Just stay calm.
Ma'am, stay back.
Sure. Right hand, look. Right.
Take your right hand, unbuckle the seatbelt, step out. Do you unbuckle it?
Yeah, come get my phone.
Step out. Step out of the car, keep your hands up.
Hands up.
Chaos erupted. Terrified, Jason complied with the officer's aggressive demands. He unbuckled his seatbelt and stepped out of the car with his hands up. Meanwhile, his mother, witnessing the horrifying scene, tried to intervene.
Is the vehicle is yours? Okay. Were you on the phone with him at the time, or? He pulled out in front of another officer, and when the officer went to stop him, we continued, like I said, up over the overpass, down this way to here. He wouldn't stop. That's the reason why the lights and sirens were going.
And this is where it gets really out of hand. The officers, realizing they might have overreacted, tried to justify their actions. They told Jason's mother they were unsure of his intentions when he didn't immediately stop. They claimed their guns blazing approach was for everyone's safety.
Don't shoot my son.
No, nobody's going to shoot anybody. That's not our intentions. But like I said, we don't know what's
pulled over.
Yeah, we didn't know what was going on.
Right, and the man told him that he didn't have to be, shouldn't be in the car by himself. He just left at Casey's.
Yeah.
And they told him to come straight home.
Okay.
So as he's coming home, something must have happened, and
yeah,
and I said, well, you need to come home. Just come home. I didn't know what was going on at that time. He just got pulled over.
Right.
So it's my son.
Their explanation did little to calm the situation. Instead, it highlighted their complete disregard for context. They insisted that Jason's behavior, driving to a safe place, warranted such an extreme response.
You've got to understand it from our point also, when we light him up and try to stop him, and he just keeps going. And like I said, from back there at Keel and Brockington all the way down Keel, up over the over. So for his safety and ours, that's why we got him out the way that we did. We put him in cuffs, sort everything out, and we'll go from there. But like I said, we didn't know what was going on. Like I said, when somebody doesn't want to stop, unfortunately in our line of work, so, and I understand where you come from completely too with that. I know the time and all that right now and everything that's going on, but he did the best thing he could do. He cooperated and did everything that we asked him to. So, but like I said, but did he say why he got stopped, or the first time or whatever?
It the tags and it showed that it didn't have any insurance, but it does, and he showed it.
Okay.
It just wasn't coming up.
The lady that the officer is, she's a lieutenant, so it's her stop. So I'm going to let her conduct her business. But like I said, the reason why I don't know what had happened, I just happened to be on the access road when they hit the overpass. But apparently he pulled out in front of her and almost caused an accident, and that's the reason why she hit her lights or hit her sirens and lights to try to stop him, to figure out what was going on. And then this is where we ended up at. Okay?
Please, let's not do this. So.
You thought that was all? Think again. Enter our hero of the moment, the anonymous patriot. This fearless bystander, seeing the injustice unfolding before his eyes, steps up to confront the officers. He doesn't sugarcoat anything. He calls out their racial bias and unnecessary aggression, plain and simple.
No, I witnessed it.
Have a good day.
No, I'm not leaving.
You're blocking the road right now, so.
No one's there. This is public road.
I realize that, but you're stopped in the middle.
You're not pull over on the side.
The anonymous patriot drops some truth bombs that make the officers squirm, even if just a little. He's not just talking about this one incident. He's shining a spotlight on the systematic racism that infects the whole system.
You got a problem with that?
Did I say anything to you?
You're staring at me, coming closer.
Is that an issue, or is that an issue?
Got a problem with it? Okay.
Did I say I had a problem?
Do your own work then.
I'm standing where I need to stand, just like you are, sir.
You know?
Yes, sir.
I lived in this town for 8 years. I've quit everything. I'm getting tired of the racism. 75% less that you pull over a white folk than a black person. Not just you, the whole department. I forwarded their request. And I'm a white 57-year-old man. I got some years on you and him and her. Get respect by earning respect.
Well, that's what I'm trying to give you, sir, and you keep yelling over at me.
And I know I've had.
Why are you attacking me? I've never met you before.
You attacked me by being
I asked you to get out of the roadway, sir.
And being petty.
Well, sir, it's the law, isn't that correct?
It's the law. If it's a crime scene, put out tape.
Well, no, it's a law about blocking the.
I can get on that side of tape. Yeah, I can. That's public. If the sergeant or you want to arrest me, go ahead.
The officers, clearly uncomfortable being called out, tried to dismiss his accusations. But our patriot stands his ground. His intervention is a powerful reminder that public accountability is crucial in the fight against police corruption. It's citizens like him who make a difference, who force those in power to face their actions. Now, you'd hope that with such a glaring evidence of their overreaction, the officers would admit their mistake and apologize, but that's not how these stories usually go. Instead of owning up to their errors, the officers doubled down on their power trip. They shift the blame onto Jason's mother, giving her a ticket for letting her son drive unsupervised. It's a blatant attempt to deflect responsibility, highlighting the deeply ingrained issues within the police department. It seems like protecting their image is more important than serving justice and standing up for what's right.
To give him on his stuff, but I've also got to be with you on a couple things too. Okay? You knew he was driving. You continue to let him drive the car. All right? You're the adult. You're responsible for him in that respect. So you authorized him to drive knowing he didn't have a valid driver's license. You understand what I'm saying? You also...
Yeah. I get it.
Well, and what's going to happen is you're going to get a ticket, all right? You're going to come to court.
Okay.
So let me go and figure out this. He's going to have at least citations. I don't know if he's going to go for anything else or not. Okay? So he says that he's supposed to be going to work, but he's also supposed to be at school.
It was just registering that it didn't have insurance, and we showed the proof of the insurance. And he did say, he was like, you know, you're in close proximity. I don't want you to get a ticket for anything else. If you're heading on home, because he was just right here at Casey's.
Okay.
And he said, just go on home, you know, because he did say that. And I was like, well, you were on your way home, just come on home. And then soon, I'm on the phone with him, and that's when I heard you guys' lights on him, and he started getting into a frantic.
Okay.
And so I don't, he's by himself. I get it.
So listen, can I ask you to do something next time? If you're that concerned about it, three-way call 911 if you feel like it's going to be a bad situation. Okay, let them know what your concerns are, but let's get him stopped so that we don't have to do all this. Because I get it, I hear your concerns, right? And listen, I know that my interaction isn't going to change how you feel, right? I hope it doesn't add on to that, but nobody could have done this thing, right? He did what we asked him to. He was compliant there.
Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're diving into another wild story. Fast forward to March 31st, 2024, and let's journey to Sussex County for our second case, the illegal ID request. Meet Robert, our hero in the saga of police overreach. Well, his real name isn't confirmed, but for simplicity's sake, we'll call him Robert. And what dastardly deed did Robert commit? Brace yourselves, he was sitting in his parked car on a public street. Yes, in Sussex County, that's apparently enough to attract police attention. A local resident, seemingly terrified by the mere presence of a man in a car, reports Robert for the crime of existing in public for over 4 hours.
With the Millsboro Police Department. The reason why we're making contact, some lady came out to report that you've been sitting out here for over 4 hours.
Okay.
2 officers approach Robert's car, and right from the start, professionalism goes out the window. They demand Robert's ID, throwing their weight around, but Robert is no pushover. He knows his rights and calmly refuses, explaining that without probable cause, he's under no obligation to identify himself.
Not doing anything.
You got any credentials?
I'm not going to provide that, just because of a call. Burnville, Texas.
You told her that you're correct?
Yeah, that's what I told her.
Okay. Do you have any credentials?
Yeah, but I don't want to provide that right now.
Why not?
Huh?
Why not?
Because it's optional, and I just don't want to provide it right now.
What's that?
Because it's optional.
If you have to provide credentials to what you're going on, and you have to report it to the dispatch center that you're out here.
No, but I didn't tell you that I told her I was.
Faced with a citizen who knows the law, the officers doubled down, falsely claiming the street is private property managed by a homeowners association. It's a blatant lie, and they probably know it, but they're banking on Robert not knowing better.
And you that I am one.
Well, this is private property, you know.
What is private property?
What is private property?
This roadway here?
This road is private property.
How is this road private property?
because it is. It's a development. It's run by the HOA.
Where's the sign that says private property? There's no signs that says trespassing there. It's a public street.
But Robert isn't having any of it. He challenges their false claims, pointing out the lack of signs indicating private property. He's on a public street, and he makes sure they know he's calling their bluff. Frustrated by Robert's refusal to bow to their authority, the officers try to intimidate him, insisting he must provide his credentials. They hope their badges will be enough to make Robert comply with their baseless demands. Robert remains cool and collected, confidently citing his constitutional rights. He makes it abundantly clear that he knows his legal protections against unreasonable searches and won't stand for any unjust practices. It's a triumphant moment for all the law enthusiasts out there. A citizen standing tall with nothing but knowledge and composure.
And there's no signs that says private parking there or private property. There's absolutely no signs.
So I actually know where the HOA person lives.
Well, over there is probably private property, but not here.
This is a private property road.
This is not a private property
Yes, it
road.
is,
This
sir.
is accessible from the public. That's a public street there.
It might be accessed from the public, but this is private property.
Well, no one asked me
This is an HOA run development.
No one asked me to leave. Hey, can I have your name, please?
It's Officer Shockley.
Officer Shockley and Officer Bullock.
Oh, can I get a badge number?
1098.
Even if it's private property, the owner has to ask me to leave, and this is a public street. I already did a GIS survey. I already did it.
We can also remain out here until you're completed your investigation. So
It's a free country. I mean,
You're
of
right.
course. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I'm not gonna.
The officers know they can't legally force Robert to identify himself without a valid reason, and Robert knows it too. So they switch tactics, trying to justify their demands by referencing the local resident who called them. This resident, apparently uneasy about Robert's prolonged presence near his home, has a small child and felt concerned.
She's worried about. She has a child that's out here, and people abduct kids.
But
So
did
she's
she accuse me
worried
of?
about that.
Did she accuse me of abducting anyone?
No, but she's worried about it. It's a safety.
I'm worried about a lot of things too, but I don't be calling the cops on people for every little issue. If there's no crime, unless there's a crime, right?
You're right. Yeah.
Well, your tag doesn't come back to anything, so I'm going to be running everything else.
So, if you don't mind me asking, what are you investigating?
But I just don't like to identify just because someone calls. You understand that? I just don't like to identify just because someone called. Brunfee, Texas State, absent RAS. There's no probable cause for you guys to get my information. And that's the reason why I don't want to call. I know he's going to probably want some retribution because I know my rights. But I'm not asking that lady to identify. I gave her a courtesy of telling her what I'm doing here when she approached me. And I thought that was the end of it, but apparently not. I didn't have to. I could have stayed silent and not say a single word. Right? And it's my right not to identify.
Why she's concerned.
I have a lot of concerns too, but if I'm not breaking the law, right? Should I identify? Should I just give up my Fourth Amendment rights?
Well, no one's asked you for your information.
Just because I invoke my rights. You think that's fair? I'm not doing anything
you're parked
wrong.
on a public street.
Yeah. A lot of people park in the public street. That car's parked in the public street.
You're right. It's a
Realizing they're losing this battle, the officers start to back off.
public roadway. So you can park here. We're more concerned about what's going on.
Yeah, but I dispelled your fears. I said
you're right. Okay.
what I'm doing. You guys have the tax, so no, you know, right? And not a single person reported a crime. They're just a suspicious car. Suspicion is not a felony or a misdemeanor.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
That's why we made contact with you.
Exactly. And I'm talking to you, right? I didn't have to say a word. I could have just stayed silent the entire time, but I'm not that type of rude person who just doesn't say anything. We're all humans, right?
One of them, in an uncommon display of professionalism, even acknowledges Robert's understanding of the law and assures him there will be no further harassment. It's a small victory, but a meaningful one.
Yeah, am I gonna be, is there gonna be some sort of retribution just because they invoked my rights by this guy here? I understand. You sound reasonable. You sound like a professional, honestly. There are not too many cops who are professional like you and level-headed.
Yeah,
He's
I appreciate that. You're right. It seems like you know your laws.
Yeah, I'm very much aware of all of them. Yeah.
But no, We're good to go as long as you don't have any more questions.
Yeah. And you can verify I'm not disrespectful to either of you. I just want to invoke my rights and be left alone because... But what I would do is just document their license plate number, take a picture of the car, but I'm not going to call the cops on someone for no reason. Yeah. You know, if I see them trying to sneak into someone's property, well, that's a different story, right?
Before they leave, Robert, thinking ahead, requests an incident number to document the encounter. He also asks about obtaining the 911 call that started this whole situation. The officer complies, providing the necessary information. It's a small act of transparency, but a crucial step towards accountability.
Yep. Okay.
I mean, I hope you agree and understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get out of here, okay?
I appreciate you, man. All right, do you have a car? Can I get a incident, the CAD number? I want to request that 911 call and hear exactly what that person said.
So they came to our police department.
Oh, they actually came all the way there?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, the incident number then, so I can...
Let me go get it for him.
Thank you.
If you're still as cool as a cucumber despite the shocking lack of professionalism from the police, buckle up. We're not done yet. We've got one more jaw-dropping case that will make you question everything you thought you knew about police conduct. This story takes us to Little Rock, Arkansas, on December 10th, 2020. Picture this. A YouTuber named Reba Aites is out casually filming the Little Rock Police Department. Seems harmless, right? Well, things heat up fast.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I don't record just people who seems rude.
What do you got? Put that on TV?
YouTube.
Oh, YouTube.
Yeah.
You're making some easy money, then.
It's not really easy, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not cop block, I'm independent.
Oh.
See ya. You too. Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
An officer approaches her, clearly not happy about being recorded. He tries to throw his weight around, telling Reba she needs to leave the property. But Reba calmly stands her ground, reminding him of her First Amendment right to be there and record on public property.
I can video anywhere here, and the guy told me to park right there.
Okay, well, come here, let me show you something.
What? Just tell me what it is. I don't need to follow you. I read that, and the guy told me I could park right there, and I can video anywhere. No, this is public property. And the reason I came back here is because someone followed me and came and took a picture of my license plate when I left here. This is public property. I have a First Amendment right to video and photograph. To video.
Leave this property, ma'am.
But the officer doesn't back down, realizing he's dealing with someone who knows her rights. He switches tactics and starts getting physically intimidating, getting way too close for comfort. Yet Reba remains unfazed and calls him out, telling him to back off.
I have a First Amendment right to be here, like I can walk in the lobby.
Right to be out front.
Someone told me I could. You need to quit. Why are you getting so close to me?
Why are you?
I'm backing up from you.
Okay. I'm trying to get you to back up that way.
I can walk anywhere on here.
No,
It's a First Amendment right. Yeah, I can. And I parked here with permission. Someone told me to.
Okay.
When I didn't pass that sign.
Someone was wrong.
It was an officer. Was it you who told me I could park there? One of the officers just told me to when I pulled over there because I didn't want to go past that sign. Go in the lobby and do it, and I can do it right here. And I can take video of you.
You can do it out there.
I can do it anywhere on this property.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I can.
You need to walk that way.
This is a First Amendment right here.
No, it's not.
You know, also...
Your First Amendment right is out there.
No, it's not. No, it's not. This is that's a request. That does not change my First Amendment right to video public property and to walk on it. Now, if you don't want me parked there, I won't. But one of the officers told me to. Okay, I'll move it right there. You need to quit, man. Why are you getting all up on me?
Determined not to give up, the officer insists she can't be there. But Reba is prepared. She cites specific laws that protect her right to film, including Arkansas Code 21-1D16 and Little Rock Police General Order 19. Talk about knowing your stuff.
Hey, this is the First Amendment, right? Arkansas Code 21-1-106. Look at that. That's Arkansas Code. Little Rock Police, you have General Order 19 that says I can do this. But the most important thing is the First Amendment. You need to leave me alone.
The First Amendment does not grant you the ability to go wherever you want.
On public property. That's what this is public property.
This area is restricted to authorized personnel.
No, it's not.
You can go out there.
There
you can go
is
in the
not.
front door.
It is
You're
not.
supposed
This
to be
is
back here.
public property.
Okay.
The tension escalates as the officer continues to try to control the situation, ordering Reba to move, leave, and stop recording. But here's the kicker, folks. The officer actually puts his hands on Reba, trying to physically move her. Can you believe it? A sworn officer of the law manhandling a citizen for exercising her constitutional rights. It's enough to make your blood boil.
Hey,
You need to go that way.
I'm going to walk around again.
You already did.
I'm going to do it again.
No, you're not.
You are screwing up, sir. Get your hands off of me.
Don't walk where I told you not to.
Reba stands her ground, telling the officer in no uncertain terms to keep his hands off her. She reminds him that he's crossing a line and warns him about the concept of qualified immunity. It's a powerful and defining moment.
Arkansas Code and Little Rock General Order 19. Here, I got it in my pocket.
Step back up on the curb, please.
Tobler.
Tobler. Step back up on the curb, please.
Just stop it. Always want to give directives.
Step back up on the curb, please.
Stop it. You don't like being recorded? You're a public servant, aren't you?
What is the public recording of police activity?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can record police activity.
Yeah, First Amendment,
Where does
I
it
can.
say you can go
Anywhere on
wherever you
public
want?
property. Look at
Show
the
me.
Arkansas Code.
Show me where it says.
21-1-106. Look at it.
You got a copy of it? You said you had a copy of it.
Nope. This is the General Order 19,
Okay,
and
show
that's
me.
all you need, because you've many policies already.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, you have.
This is as far as you go. You need to go back up on the curb.
You are not going to violate my First Amendment right. And
This
you
is not
you
your
will
First
not
Amendment
have
right.
qualified immunity if you keep on. I'm telling you, it won't work in your favor in the long run.
Then a supervisor arrives, ordering the officer back inside and making it clear that he's seriously messed up. It's a small but significant victory.
Ma'am,
Sir,
step back, please.
I'm going to walk around on this public property. That's what I'm going to do. I have a
Somebody
right
get
to
in the
do
major.
it. Yeah, get the major. Your name and badge number, sir?
Willard, 27107.
Thank you. You're an arrogant, egotistical. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll just be.
Reba's actions that day weren't just about protecting herself. She sets an example for everyone watching, showing that it's possible to stand up against injustice and hold those in power accountable. So, what can we take away from these stories? First and foremost, they highlight the urgent need for proper training and accountability within police departments. Officers need the knowledge and skills to handle situations without resorting to unnecessary aggression or intimidation. More importantly, they must understand and respect the rights of the citizens they serve. They're public servants after all. These stories bring to light a troubling reality. For many people, especially people of color, interactions with law enforcement are often filled with uncertainty. It shouldn't be this way. Police officers should be protectors, not sources of fear and discrimination. As a society, we must continue to demand accountability and transparency from our law enforcement agencies. Public scrutiny, legal action, and ongoing education are essential in the fight against police corruption and misconduct. By shining a light on these injustices, we can push for a system where officers truly protect and serve all members of the community. Ever wonder how you'd hold up in a tough situation like Robert or Reba did? Would you keep your cool or handle things differently? Imagine facing unfair treatment by law enforcement. How would you react? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If this video opened your eyes, hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more eye-opening content that shines a light on injustice. Until next time, stay sharp, know your rights, and keep fighting the good fight for justice.